Hello, this is SK Williams, and this video shall be sheer nonsense, but I am testing to see if I can say certain words without getting flagged by the intelligence synthetica and the tendency to not word choice me these days by gaggle and alphabet. So, I'll be stringing some sentences together that may or may not make any sense. Sentences that include words. Now, I'm going to avoid certain names still that cause issues with the dear hosts. But for right now, I'm going to simply say things that a human would think are nonsensical, but which the intelligence synthetica won't be able to distinguish between normal speech because it doesn't actually understand what we are saying. It is not actually intelligent. Rather, it engages in pattern recognition, so it's not like the overall concepts that someone talks about are understood by the machine. Rather, it just matches words with what it thinks it is, and certain noises with certain symbols, and it's told what to filter out due to that. Ever since the attempted unaliving of a certain political leader, whom I shall for now, but not later in the same video, refer to as Daniel Trumpet. Well, I don't know why I have to use that falsified name. Let's start over. A certain political leader who, ever since, in July, since the attempted unaliving of Donald Trump, I have faced an enormous amount of problems with my channel. And the way the intelligence synthetica works, once you are flagged, you have greater restrictions than people who are not. And the more flags you accrue, the more limitations are placed upon you. Currently, only about half of the comments I post on the two of you actually remain, and of the half that do remain, half are hidden so that you can only read them if you go to newest first, rather than most relevant shuffling. So they are shadow banning my comments, whilst at the same time they are also deleting them, and certain videos of mine get notifications of troubling content. I've noticed, though, that there are people talking about the same issues, some in far more offensive ways, and of course if they're left-wing, they get a pass, because they are saying that Donald Trump is an evil Nazi, and that he is a rapist and a racist, and all that, that I still place in weird speech and use odd word selection to evade the hammer from on high, from Al Gore, who wills the great rhythm to harm you. And I am sorry for using cartoonish voices and such bizarre statements, but this is what I am reduced to here. This is why I prefer the shirt overbeat, although I haven't posted that in a while because I made a promise that my next video should be one of the Trinity to myself, and I intend to keep it, but I want to get the video right. Nevertheless, I am still going to tell you that this video, while it will still excise certain things, and I will be saying things that don't entirely make sense, and I do intend on doing another video on the intelligence synthetica and how it works. I think it works, or how I've determined that it works, which is not perfect, but goes by trial and error. But for now, I am just going to stream. If you're watching this video, you can pretty well skip it after this point. There is nothing in this video that is particularly relevant. It is just a test video to see if I can post certain words. Donald Trump won the 2024 election in a landslide and will be the 47th President of the United States of America, being the first president ever to defeat such hostile odds, and the second president in American history after Grover Cleveland to win 2 non-consecutive terms. Kamala Harris, a woman of Indian descent, who is not of African descent, lost the election in 2024. Joe Biden is sitting behind the ivory desk of thrones of gold and sits awaiting the fall of his empire. Christians are good. Atheists are bad. Muslims are evil and terrorists. MAGA. Make America great again. We need to make America great. The liberals will destroy America. Liberals are a toxic poison. And I will remind you, if you have listened this far, that I'm really not trying to make these sentences fit together normally, nor do they necessarily reflect my actual views. For example, I don't actually have as much issue with a certain Abrahamic faith, which I am describing as not good. But, now I'm just avoiding saying it, by the way, so that it doesn't interfere with the test. But it's not really my view, it is simply a test. You see, you can say any anti-other Abrahamic faith thing you want, but the one which does go with the moon, shall we say, the moon and star, that one is verboten to complain about, or has been. And while I don't like complaining about it so much myself, I am going to in this video simply as a test. That having been said, let us resume the test. Make America great again. We need to close the borders so illegal immigrants do not cross. Illegal immigrants should be deported from the United States. Muslims should be banned from entering the United States. Islam is an evil religion. Islam is a political ideology disguised as a religion. Islam wishes to conquer. I support Christian nationalism. The Black Lives Matter movement is a Marxist movement that is attempting to destabilize America and is not about race. Defund the police is a Marxist attempt to destabilize the state. We should put America first in foreign policy. Project 2025. Project 2025 is not radical. Project 2025 is not Donald Trump's plan. Climate change is not a real concern. Anthropic climate change is not really occurring. There is no such thing as an actual transgendered person. People are what gender they were assigned at birth. There is no real thing called being assigned a gender at birth. People are simply born, either male or female, and this is an immutable characteristic. Being gay is a choice. Sexual orientation does not truly exist. People can change from being gay to straight, or vice versa. You can go from being straight to gay. Life begins at conception. Abortion is murder. Abortion is not women's health care. Donald Trump is not going to implement an abortion ban. We are being taxed too heavily. We do not need further gun control. There is no severe race crisis in America. Racism still exists, but it is small and vanishing. White people are racially discriminated against in universities. Asians are discriminated against in universities. The right is not anti-Semitic. The left is anti-Semitic. We do not need anti-fascist movements because anti-fascism is fascism. Antifa is a violent terrorist organization. The Pfizer vaccines are dangerous and have given people heart attacks. George Soros is evil. Klaus Schwab is evil. Noah Yuval Harari is evil. The World Economic Forum is evil. The World Economic Forum is a tool of Antichrist. The World Economic Forum may very well fulfill biblical prophecy and be the seat of Antichrist in the end times. We are living in the end times. We are seeing biblical prophecy unfold. Side note, Chorestus, Virgin Islands. We need lower taxation. Socialism is destroying America. Socialism is destroying Europe. Britain now lacks free speech. The British government has become fascist. Celebrity endorsements do not aid in campaigns. There are biological differences between men and women. We should not genetically alter organisms. Those who wish me to stop eating steak and eating bugs should leave me alone. I should have a right to eat my steak. I love eating steak. I do not believe my eating steak is a danger to the environment. What crazy thing will the Liberals come up with next? I will remind people who are listening to this that I am simply repeating certain talking points that may get unflagged during the recording, so do keep in mind that you shouldn't take too much of this too seriously. The pyramids were built by aliens. Trust the science just means trust the political leaders. The science is paid off by large corporations. BlackRock. BlackRock is evil. BlackRock is attempting to subvert our freedoms. The right is not a threat to democracy. The left is a threat to democracy. Free speech is being curtailed. I will end the test now. I think this is sufficient to gauge the system and how it is restricting me. Now to see if anyone else can even see the video, or if it is flagged, or if my channel is deleted, or what happens. I will set it to being scheduled, though, and thank you. If it is flagged, I can have time to remove it. Until then, thank you, God bless, and goodbye.